Welcome back here to Fox 51 today. John Moore from Trinity Mother Frances Hospital is so kind to join us this morning. And John, you're here for a great cause. The month of November, the 4th and 5th, as a matter of fact, you've got some great diabetes educational programs coming up that can really help anybody, whether you have diabetes or you know someone affected by it. Some really fantastic programs. We'll start with the one on November 4th. Set that up because that's a little bit different than the one that takes place on the 5th.
It is, Ben. Thanks for having us on this morning to talk about it. November is always Diabetes Awareness Month, and so on the 4th, we're having a public event at Harvey Convention Center. The exhibitors are going to be there from 1 to 6, so if you want to come in and just talk to the different exhibitors about their particular diabetes topic or product that they have, you can do that. But we're going to do a presentation, the same one twice. It'll be at 1:30 and then again at 4. So if you can't make it to one, hopefully you can go to the other. And it is absolutely free. Well,
John, diabetes is, of course, a huge problem across this country, and it's growing, we know, and in the youth especially. How big of a problem is it right here in East Texas?
Well, you know, it's actually worse in this part of the country than in other parts of the country, and it has a lot to do with the fact that we live in the land of chicken fried steak and gravy and all those things.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that in moderation, but you know, it's our diet and bad habits like smoking. But what people don't realize about diabetes is it affects every part of your body. It can affect your heart, your eyes, your other organs. Unfortunately, my family has a lot of it, and I've seen firsthand what it can do. It is a devastating disease. The good news is if you take the right precautions and you try to eat right and exercise, you can delay or even prevent diabetes.
And that's the great thing, and that's what this educational session is for the public on the 4th. How important is it, John, for people who, if they don't suffer specifically with this disease, for their family members or friends who may suffer from this, to come out and understand what this process is like for people suffering with diabetes?
Well, we talk about the South being the land of chicken fried steak and gravy, but it's also the land where families stick together and take care of each other. And most of us are fortunate to be in a family like that. So it is very important that even if you don't have diabetes, if you have a close family member who does or a friend, come on out and learn about this disease, because there may be a point where they need some help taking care of themselves. And if you know how to do that, you can be a good family member, a good friend.
Now, John, let's talk about, because you've broken these up into 2 sessions, I think brilliantly. On the 5th of November, same idea, but a little bit different turnout. So how's that going to differ?
That is going to differ in a couple of ways. Location 1, that's going to be at the Weisenbaker Conference Center at Mother Frances Hospital, and it specifically targets, Ben, people in the medical community. We hope that a lot of physicians and nurses will come. If you work in the medical community, you know that you have to get a certain extra amount of education. They're called CMEs. They're credits that you have to achieve every year, and this is a CME event. So if you are in the medical community, you want to attend, you can go to the website tmfhc.org, and it'll tell you specifically for you how many credits you'll get and what you need to do to register for the one on the 5th at the hospital.
John, how important is it for the hospital to have events like this every so often?
I think it's important not just for the hospital, but for the community at large, Ben, because education equals prevention in many cases. And part of our mission is to not only to treat the sick, but to help people understand what they can do to not get sick.
Great. John, great cause and great event. Thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. Again, that's November 4th and 5th.